Good morning, everyone. Yep. So previously, my name is Lennix. Actually, we built the second largest exchange in the world, OKX. I've been here for 5 years, starting from day one to build exchanges from 6 people to right now 2,600, I guess. So exchange is a relatively mature business in crypto. It's like the very first business model. We still remember from day one. From the very first day we built a company. We merely want to basically allow people to buy and sell Bitcoin. And Bitcoin is just a white paper. People is having fun, mine it, and they want to sell it. They recover the cost for their mining machines. That's like day one. So after 5 years, I think after 5 years building these exchanges, we have lots of good company peers like Binance, FTX, Bybits. We are all working together to enhance the volume and transaction volume and transparency everywhere. We build great products all together for the industry. Right now, we are actually a $1 trillion industry with $1 trillion transaction in whatever matrix. So in OKX alone, we're trading 20 billion a day, and we are. If you think about crypto exchange or crypto volume in aggregate level, we just talked to the government in Singapore government, Hong Kong government. If you think about that, it's actually very important pieces as an investment instruments because it's compatible even to the equity side, to the stock market, to the forex market, and a lot of different kind of financial instruments. So the previous panel, we're talking about DeFi and CeFi and the integration of DeFi and CeFi, right? So that gives us, after 5 years of building crypto exchanges, we think we're stepping into another era. What shall we do for the industry, and how exchange like us is going to do to help evolving the industry forward? There's something that's we're always thinking about that. So so today I mostly want to talk about how the story of us first. So we start from a very small company, 6 people in Hong Kong, and we cater Bitcoin transaction. But once we join from a very small team, we think Bitcoin has a huge problem. The huge problem back in the day, we call it the volatility of Bitcoin, because Bitcoin, the original intention is building a decentralized peer-to-peer cash-based transaction to replace fiat, right? The problem of Bitcoin back in the day is volatility. It's still volatile today, but back in the day, we want to fix the volatility, the problem of volatility in crypto. That's what we do. We want to do. And how could we fix that? Referencing for our a lot of great philosopher and economic theory, we think derivatives is one of the very important method that was currently missing back in the day, because if you don't have derivatives for people to alleviate risk and hedge the risk, and the market does only have a sport. Whatever instrument that you're trading got to be relatively volatile, because it's relatively being very sensitive to market sentiments. When the market is bullish, it tend to be having a really good bull run. In 2017, Bitcoin up 11%, 11 times in 1 year. But in 2018, we see what happened is crash, and having really 18 months of bearish markets because of the lack of derivatives. So then the industry started to recognize that, CME starting to launch BTC futures, and we come into place that too. We want to build The original intention that we build OKX is that we want to build a complete and comprehensive financial ecosystem similar with traditional markets. So we put futures, we list futures, we list perps, one of the mostly traded instruments, and we list option. So we think with futures you can price the basis risk. With perps, you have a leverage synthetic margin tools for trade. You have option, you can price volatility. So that is how we started building exchanges. Right now, I think we are trading, we're second largest in the world in terms of trading volume, in terms of traffic. But what we want to talk about today is mostly related to the crypto winter recently, right? So right now, yeah, sure, everyone, we understand that crypto exchange volume is huge. We have lots of instruments. The system is robust, right? So, but what we are actually experiencing crypto winter right now, and we need to think about at exchange. What could we do even more to save the industry in a systematic level? So if you think about that's why triggering this kind of crashes or crypto slump. I spoke with the Bloomberg journalist yesterday. Bloomberg or Financial Times asked me whether or not the recent crypto winter is actually similar with the subprime crisis in 2008. I think it's an interesting analogies and comparisons. In 2008, so the subprime crisis started from the beginning of mini bonds. Mini bond issued by Lehman Brothers and sell and packaged like a AAA grade products, 8% return, annualized return, with the underlying low risk say because real estate from the U.S. housing market is also backed by the government, verified by Moody's or most reputable rating agency. It's look exactly like what we have so far, right? And insane amount, very attractive yield, but at the same time we have relatively low visibility of the collateral that the kind of crypto company is going to invest or how they utilize the collateral. There's a panel right here previously talking about DeFi and CeFi, right? DeFi work well. I talked to a journalist today. The DeFi work really well. AVE protocol, compound protocol works as intended. We liquidate the orders according to the smart contract, according to the rules defined by the smart contract. Yes, that's true. But the industry, in some player, somehow underestimated the contagious effect of Casade liquidations across all the DeFi protocol, right? Across the spaces. So we are somehow in certain contexts, we are actually experiencing similar chains of chain effections as in similar in DeFi, as in subprime crisis in 2008. So when Lunar crash, which was a power generation, yield generation powerhouse, we understand that a lot of DeFi protocol, those kind of yield generating protocol relies on Lunar, relies on Anchor, and there's some other trouble firms. They suddenly think, all of a sudden, our asset, our collateral become a lot less liquid. The fundamental attributes of the underlying and the collaterals might be actually pretty good, but you don't have liquidity. So we want to enhance the transparency and the visibility of the industry. So on OKX, on OKX, we are actually want to become not just an exchanges, but a bridges between CeFi and DeFi by seamlessly integrating DeFi and CeFi all together. So people and the user will have one single unified experience of having the benefits of trading a CeFi-based product and also DeFi. But the most important point is when you have a single hub, a single entry point on CeFi product and DeFi product, you're actually solving a lot of problems. People, if you remember Japan, people talk about how to impose regulation in DeFi, how to handle risk management related issue in DeFi. So, but even so, if you're entrusting think about that, if you're entrusting your money or your crypto to a third-party manager, a crypto platform, which is a CeFi, and subsequently they stake in DeFi protocol, the chain version look fine, right? But as an investor, you might not necessarily have the visibility of whatever investment or the risky level and the leverage ratio that a third-party crypto platform handled for you, right? So in order to achieve and maintain the balance between everything, you need to have a single platform that empower you to have the capability to trade the ample liquidity in spot, 300 and more spot pairs, derivatives, all kind of derivatives. And also you need to have the capability using your CeFi, using your token or inventory in the DeFi, and subsequently be staked and trade and farm in DeFi in a single protocol, right? Regulation take place too, no problem, because most of the user in CeFi, either Binance or OKX, already KYC. So indirectly, in the DeFi perspective, all our user is actually a KYC users, and they directly interact with DeFi. Think about money managers too, right? Asset manager, user, you can with a single platform in exchanges, which provide capability on both CeFi and DeFi, you now have the visibility and transparency of how an investment manager manage your accounts, manage your fund, because you have all the transaction records, you have all the leverage ratio, and at the same time, exchange normally purely act as an independent third party in this space. That's a little bit summary of our journey. So recently we announced a deal with McLaren and also Manchester City. The reason is we want to, after 5 years building the exchanges, I think it's now time for the top player to introduce crypto to general audience. We picked two brands, right, McLaren and Manchester City. We want to educate the people where crypto is one of the most exciting instruments that's actually changing people's life. That's for true. Yes, despite that we have a lot of challenge, despite we're experiencing crypto winter, the price is not very good currently, but it will come back because the fundamental attributes of crypto never change. After crypto winter, you right now know DeFi is actually work perfectly, no issues. In an open ledger, in an open ecosystem with open blockchain, we're experiencing massive liquidation within various lending and protocol. But it worked perfect fine. We are building risk management engine for years. We understand that handling massive liquidation at a distressed market moment could be very, very problematic. Because when the market slump, liquidity gone, and you need to handle CASA liquidation, you liquidate a big chunk of order. Talking about 100 million, 200 million, 400 million in one take, in one trade, in a decentralized network. But right now we don't see any problem. All the DeFi protocol work as intended. So if you think about that, after this kind of crypto winter, whoever survived actually survived from a really historical stress test for the industry, not just for OKX, not just for Binance, but also for the entire crypto industry. We experienced even a 75% of market crash, but the crypto ecosystem, especially on DeFi, works so well. We have no systematic effect, no hacking, no money has been lost. Everything was intended. So the crypto industry can only grow stronger. So the next step is, as one of the industry participants, how could we bring further and educate, regardless as regulators, users, or whoever want to participate in crypto, say, hey, I think we are ready. We are ready because, yeah, we are having a good run in 2016, 2017, 2019, but also we experienced a market slump after stress test. No problem. Whoever survived, you become stronger. You gain trust from the industry. The industry is starting to think, hey, might be even an institutional trader, they think, sure, I'm confidently put 100 or even $1 trillion AUM to crypto, to DeFi protocol, because after the market, a 2 and even 3 market cycle, everything worked perfectly because the rules are transparent. Yeah, that's why we can see the market a lot more mature right now, right? This is the area we normally, back in 10 years ago, we normally do a lot of Forex conference. We never thought we would have a crypto conference in this reputable area in Singapore, because we have the similar setup like 10 years ago. There's just only a Forex company, exchange company, traditional equity exchanges. So right now, we're a crypto company. We have a lot of institutional, professional crypto platform that's gather all around and discuss about this. Because of one reason, our exchange, not just us, but a lot of other major crypto company, we are achieving institutional graded capacity in trading value, meaning that a lot of latency figures, TPS figures, throughput, availability, is having similar matrix with national exchanges already. So the institutional investor a lot more confidence to trade, to deploy their strategies and deploy majority of their assets to trade crypto. That's why we gain trust. How we gain trust from the institutional space on how we grow together as an industry. Yeah. So I think let's wrap a little bit. So the future in crypto, we have been over the last 5 years or 6 years, I think, from the beginning from a Bitcoin white paper, and we got DeFi, we got Ethereum to help us to build the entire crypto space. We have DeFi, we have GameFi, we have NFT space that bridges traditional industry, gaming industry to crypto, putting decentralized components to crypto. It's gonna be continuous. This trend is going to be continued because in some area, especially some area, some value will actually deliver by putting decentralized and blockchain element with it, right? Everyone now understand that tokenomics is one of the best way to build your startup, one of the best way to market your products. It's one of the best way as a go-to-market strategies as a tokenomics. And also, you understand that a perfect design, a good design of tokenomics is maintain a perfect balance between you, the company, your product, your user, and your stakeholder, and your partners, all together in one token. Some of them think about multiple token, right? In 2 or 3 years ago, there's only one token. In one platform, OKB is a one-up token, BNB is a one-up exchange, is only have one token. But right now, we're talking about multi-token. Luna is a two-token ecosystem, right? We're in multi-token ecosystem, thinking about they play a very unique role that have a coordinate effect of the ecosystem. So I'm very sure, I'm very confident of the industry because first, we're actually delivering value. We build a bank, a $1 trillion bank, without any centralized authority, without any regulation, just put it on chain. We handle liquidation, 400 million in one go, every single transaction in AVE protocol in Compound. We're borrowing, lending, in stable coin, USDC in Curve. Exchange, they're actually having similar volume or capacity with nationwide equity exchanges. We adopt bank-graded security, KYC, bank-graded KYC modules. So the industry is ready to be more confident, to be part of the very important ecosystem to bring crypto to day-to-day life. And I'm very confident that we can do that even after the fact that we're in the crypto winter. So see you the next halving. Thank you very much.